So I'm about to go up to the Child Support Services office for the second time today. I went to the courthouse to ask them to give me a limited suspended license instead of a fully suspended license, because right now the only way I have to make money is driving Uber. And if they suspend my license, then I'll have no way to make money. I don't care. I'm willing to say all of this is my fault. Except for a few things. There were many shitty things that happened in my marriage. I was responsible for a majority of them, let's just say. But the one thing that was consistent before I was married, and especially in our separation and divorce, is that my ex-wife will not communicate, cannot communicate to me, at the very least. But I imagine it's more of the population, just like I can't communicate to a section of the population. But one thing I do know is that other people work this out like human beings. I asked my ex-wife multiple times when things were getting hard if she and I could meet with a therapist so that we could try to work things out with our son, with all of this. And despite the fact that my ex-wife said to my son when we were separating, we would work together as a family, she reneged. She absolutely 100% reneged on that deal. Whether she was justified or not. But I am being punished. I played good. I'm taking my medications. I didn't put these things online for the world to see, but what the hell is the difference anymore? Come with me on my journey as I try to get a fucking job. And the world is just lying. It's just lying to everyone. I've been spending my time with this small group of people in a subreddit called The Sorcery of the Spectacle. And it's an interesting mix of those of us caught in between, a lot of bipolar. We have a lot of interesting overlaps when it comes to genetics and certain connections in our life. It's been so validating, because it's this small little group who sees this thing that so few can see, somewhere between magic, religion, science, communication, philosophy, whatever, personality. It's a complex arrangement, but smarter people can see it. There's so much denial going on en masse, and it's escalating. It's like nobody will accept and move on, myself included. Like, things must be worked out. You must go through the shit. You must go through the darkness to get to the light. That's what the metaphor of crucifixion is all about. And the story goes that one dude took it as far as to be murdered by his civilization to make this point, so that you don't have to. But you do have to repent and work things out and figure out the mechanism of what's got wrong, and do that communally. Not just you do you, I'll do me, we'll all meditate and ignore what's going on. Sure, there's some valid utility in that, but that's reached a extreme doctrine, just like everything else. It's amplified because of my personal situation. but amplifiers also pick up signals where other stations, other antenna cannot. This is the point I'm trying to make, and I don't know. I mean, I know why people don't hear me. But I don't understand why people don't hear me. Alright, I've got to get up before the office closes, because they just sent me down to the courthouse in Virginia Beach, so I could avoid getting my license suspended, or at least going restricted, so I could still do Uber. And then I got down to the courthouse and they said there's nothing we can do until after your license is suspended. It's the same thing with Bank of America when I started losing my house back in 2008. During the financial crisis, I called Bank of America and I said, is there something you can do to work with me? Talk to me like a human. Let's work this out. And they said, we can't talk to you until you're 3 months late on your mortgage payment. Even though I'd used all of my savings, everything to try to pay the payment on the house as the housing market was collapsing around me. They couldn't talk to me until after we failed. 3 months in a row. And it's like that here. We had no communication. I couldn't negotiate with my ex-wife, even though my field changed dramatically, even if I apologized on my knees, crying, weeping that I'm at fault for everything, with the exception of this one thing, which you should be able to see right now. So yeah, you're not letting me see my kid anyway. What the hell do I care? I played good. I'm sorry it wasn't long enough. I have tried so hard to get a job in this economy, selling cell phones. The only jobs available are jobs that are $10 and under. Or I would need serious career retraining, like I would need to go to college in midlife and have that taken care of, because there's no way I can even live on the jobs that are available, let alone pay my way through college. At midlife, I put in every sales job application that I saw. I'm willing to drop on my salary so dramatically, but the jobs aren't there. They're just literally not there. And so that's how I know that this is unsustainable, because I've seen this pattern before. I lived it. And so much more. I've figured out so much more. And the more I figure out, the less people listen to me. And I know I'll be more balanced and centered and able to function in this terrible system if I fucking meditate. If I take care of my body, yes, you're right. I won't come to this. I'll agree to meditate if everyone else agrees to turn the mirror outward and see what's going on right now. That we could even be considering either of these people for the presidency is ridiculous right now. And I've been saying this for months. And we're all in fucking denial. This isn't just another turd sandwich and giant douche. This is something in a completely different level. And I should be resting my voice right now because I have laryngitis. But I had to say this before I went into the office to explain to them there was no point in me going all the way down to the courthouse. Now, please, can they help me delay my license being suspended so I can make some amount of money? But that would take, like, humans to like see what the problem is and change it in real time, but we all just follow the systems that we've learned. This is the problem with bureaucracies and algorithms. They don't always correct for modern times, and sometimes they need external reorganization in order to function correctly. And those times are called apocalypse, assholes. I'm sorry that I have to say the things, because no one says the things. I am over-dramatizing this. I know that. I just read in my 7th and 8th grade yearbooks, I got like most talkative. There's a picture of like 12-year-old me with some girls. It's Heather. I kind of know her through Facebook. Her hand over my mouth, because I've always been too talkative. I was smacked on the hand with a ruler when I was in 4th grade in Harlem. I had this big black lady as my like angry teacher, and I remember getting smacked a lot for being talkative. It didn't stop me. In 7th and 8th grade, I was clearly the talkative one. I'm sorry for talking out of turn so much. I'm sorry I can't function well in this world. But I'm not sorry for saying a lot of this thing in the world. Not me. Not me. Not my kind. Not people like me. On the local level, yeah. But globally, people who hold my ideology still have an optimistic view for humanity, which is ironic because I'm such a pessimist. I should be conserving my voice for a job interview tomorrow that I have. I'm very positive about that potential. I'm here because I can't make myself go upstairs. Not only do I have to face my failure as a father, as a businessman, I have to just be put in this ridiculous bureaucracy where we can't just talk things out. And that's stupid. That's one of the reasons that Donald Trump is as successful as he is. He's a guy is just going to go say, here's how I see it, blah, 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 blah. Even though he's an idiot and the way he sees it is so stupid, people know he's just going to go to the bargaining table and play hardball. And he's proud about not paying taxes. But he is what America is.